In the early 1960s, a wave of terror gripped the city of Boston. A series of brutal murders, seemingly random and unconnected, left the city paralyzed with fear. 13 women, living alone, became victims of a shadowy figure the media dubbed the Boston Strangler. The police were stumped, the public was panicked, and a massive manhunt ensued, one of the largest in American history. The attacks were horrifyingly similar. The victims, ranging in age from 19 to 85, were found in their apartments, often with no signs of forced entry. This suggested the killer was someone they might have trusted, a repairman, a delivery person, or someone with a disarming charm. The city was on edge. Women bought new locks, guard dogs, and some even moved out of Boston altogether. The pressure on law enforcement was immense, but the Strangler left behind very few clues, making the investigation incredibly difficult. Then a breakthrough seemed to come from the most unlikely of places. A man already in custody for a series of unrelated assaults, Albert DeSalvo, suddenly confessed. He provided chillingly detailed descriptions of the crimes, details that only the killer could know. He described the layout of the apartments, the specific items he moved, and the final moments of his victims. It seemed the case was finally closed. But was it? DeSalvo's confession was filled with inconsistencies, and there was no physical evidence linking him to the murder scenes. He was never actually tried for the Strangler murders. Instead, he was sentenced to life in prison for the earlier, unrelated crimes. Years later, he was stabbed to death in his prison cell. The mystery deepened. Was DeSalvo the real Strangler, a pathological liar, or a pawn in a much larger game? Decades passed, and the case remained one of America's most haunting unsolved mysteries. It wasn't until 2013, almost 50 years later, that DNA technology provided a stunning update. Forensic evidence finally linked Albert DeSalvo to the murder of the last victim, Mary Sullivan. While this confirmed his involvement in at least one of the killings, many questions remain. Did he act alone? Was he responsible for all 13 murders? The story of the Boston Strangler is a chilling reminder of how the truth can be more complex and elusive than we could ever imagine. Thanks for watching.